All right, so today we read Genesis chapters 40 through 42, and a lot of things were standing out to me as I was reading. Um, so the first thing was the whole interpretation of dreams and how Joseph said that no man can interpret a dream, only God. So he was giving God all of the credit, that God, letting them know that God was the one that was empowering him to interpret and understand the dreams for them, and that what he was saying was coming from God. So I really thought that was beautiful. I love that. Such a strong man of God, and um, just, yeah, very sweet. Love that part. And then in chapter 41, because his interpretation was apparently resonated with him and he just felt like it was true, he appointed Joseph to be second in command over all of Egypt. And that is when, Joseph's dream about being a leader over the land came true. So pretty cool. And then in chapter 42, his brothers come to him to get food because he's the only one that has food. And they don't recognize him. So I'm guessing that he's, wearing Egyptian clothing and probably Egyptian makeup. So that's why they don't recognize him as their brother. And apparently he speaks the Egyptian language so well that he's using an interpreter for anyone that comes speaking a different language. So that just kind of gives like a additional context and backstory there that aren't explicitly mentioned. So that's pretty cool to imagine. And then he's obviously very emotional about seeing his brothers. It says he leaves and weeps, and then puts himself back together and comes back. And it's kind of unclear at this point what his plan is, why he's trying to get his younger brother Benjamin there. But he comes up with this whole scenario and basically puts one of his brothers in jail and says, I'll give him back to you and you bring your other brother that you said you have, so I know that you're not lying to me. So interesting to think about. Looking forward to continuing the reading and finding out um, why he's doing this. So, but would love to hear if you're inclined to comment what was sticking out to you and what your thoughts are on the reading today, if you're inclined to comment. So, thank you so much for joining. Looking forward to continuing the reading.